Councilmember Carr.
Here.
Councilmember Panduro is absent. Councilmember Santu.
Here.
Councilmember Tonneson.
Here.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Vice Mayor Bertani.
Here.
And Mayor Moy.
I am here.
Thank you.
And tonight, our invocation will be presented by Michelle King, MD of Freedom from Religion Foundation and the Satanic Temple.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to give today's invocation. There's no need to bow your head, clasp your hands, or kneel, because we stand together in unity. As you make decisions that may impact our community, I encourage you to allow the principles of reason, wisdom, and compassion to guide your decisions. As a community, we generally share common goals, including economic opportunities, a reasonable standard of living, access to housing and education, freedom of conscience, and a healthcare system that serves the needs of everyone. I ask the Council to use facts and logic, tempered with compassion and empathy, to be guided by the principles of inclusivity and fairness, and to respect the autonomy of each individual, and to represent the interests of a diverse community. Thank you.
Thank you. Our Pledge of Allegiance tonight, Mr. City Manager, would you lead us in that, please?
Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And now we're going to return to council reports. And Councilman Sandu.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Just one quick one. Over the weekend, I had the privilege of attending the Seroptimists of Central Solano, their annual gala and fundraiser. They've held this event annually. It took place at the Green Valley Country Club, and the big takeaway from the event is they raised some good money for the adult school, for the Certified Nursing Assistant program. They raised some money for scholarships, all to support the young women and girls of Solano County. And this is my second time going in Fairfield. I've had a chance to attend the Benicia chapter a couple of times as well, and they do a lot of good work in the community. And so if you haven't heard about it before, ever been, I would highly recommend it. The Seroptimists do a lot of good work here, not only in Fairfield, but also all around the county as well. The second thing being that for District 6, if you haven't already heard, if you need to get on base for any medical appointment or something like that, expect some delays. They're at a slightly heightened security posture, so just keep that in mind as you're making your way over there. As of now, there is no change, significant change to the air show, so that is still as planned. I had a chance to speak to somebody about that today, about that specifically, but for the near future, I think maybe next couple of weeks, definitely plan if you have any appointment there at David Grant or something like that. But yeah, that's about it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for that report on getting into the base. I understand that people who have passes cannot just bring other people along with them. They have to get cleared. You cannot go to the base anymore because of what's going on, and Travis is involved. So, thank you. Madam Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to attend your meeting this evening, and thanks for watching from home as well. I will be brief. I just want to report that the Fairfield Clergy Action Network, or Fairfield CAN, is on the move in 2026. At our meeting on the 24th of February, we had the pleasure of having our city manager, David Gassaway, attend the CAN meeting. He talked about finances and Measure P, and based on the valuable feedback that he received and that we received at that meeting on the 24th, the city will be creating a short informational video for churches to show to their congregations regarding Measure P monies, how they're spent, and We will keep you posted as to when those videos are available to our local churches here in Fairfield and in Solano County. And in addition, I'm really happy to announce our National Day of Prayer event is scheduled for Thursday, May the 7th from 12 to 1 p.m. Right here at City Hall. And we'll be seeking CAN members to participate. If you're interested at all, please contact Kelly Ballard for our National Day of Prayer program. It just gets better and better every year. Once again, that's Thursday, May the 7th from 12 to 1 right here at Council Chambers. And then finally, save the date for Juneteenth. The Clergy Action Network will be again organizing our Juneteenth festival on the actual day, Friday, June 19th, from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Solano County Lawn. The Clergy Action Network has hosted this event before. Really looking forward to do it again. So please save the date, come out on a Friday afternoon, evening, and celebrate Juneteenth with us on Juneteenth. And that is my report, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
That was a good one. Thank you. Councilman Doug.
Yeah, I have nothing to report. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. And Councilman Tonneson.
Thank you, Mayor. We were hoping for another coffee shop downtown, and we got one. It's coming in probably within a month or so. It's called Hustle and Grind, and it's right in the middle of downtown at the 700 block across from Agave restaurant. We had the State of the City this past week, and it was a huge turnout. All of us were there, and some great speakers, and it was just a really good time and a really good turnout. And then we just recently had the fire awards. That was really well attended to, and a bit emotional, but things are happening in the city, things are happening downtown. Go visit. Thanks.
Thank you. Excuse me, Councilwoman Williams, please.
Thank you, and happy March. March is Women's History Month, and this Sunday is International Women's Day, which is also my birthday. The day before is actually Councilmember Doris Pandero's birthday, so happy birthday to Doris, wherever you are today. My birthday is a reflection point for me. It's a year's reflection of what I've accomplished, visions for our community, my business, myself, my family. And what stood out this year is my own professional growth and how much I've been stretched by serving on this city council. This work is not always easy. There are moments filled with distraction and noise, corrientos, political hit pieces, relentless trolling, and negative graphics. But what I want to say clearly is that I'm here to serve every resident. Whether you agree with me, disagree with me, or never think about city council at all, I'm here to serve every resident. Because what anchors me to Fairfield community, especially the residents that are carrying the most weight right now, the people that are unemployed, laid off, people working 2 jobs, people that are fighting to keep their lights on, feed their families, keep a roof over their head, manage stress, and show up for their children and their loved ones. If you're struggling and listening to the sound of my voice right now, I want you to know 3 things. First, you're not alone. Second, you deserve dignity and support. Third, you give me the stamina to keep fighting for you through policy, through partnerships, through perseverance. And if you need help, please call 211, managed by United Way for local resources and referrals. And if you or someone you love are in a mental crisis, please call 988. That is a crisis lifeline in Solano County. I'm committed to showing up prepared, asking hard questions, staying focused on what improves quality of life in Fairfield. Housing stability, public safety, good jobs, healthy neighborhoods, and real opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And I think everybody covered pretty much what I was going to talk about, except the Vice Mayor and I are going to be starting and having public meetings around the city. And so we will advertise those ahead of time and let you know. And we hope you'll come out and talk to us about what matters to you in your neighborhood, any issues you may be having, and hopefully we can help. So that's what we'll be doing, and we look forward to seeing you out there. Thank you. Mr. City Manager.
Yeah, thank you,
Madam
Mayor.
Mayor, can I add really quickly?
Oh, please.
That on that line, the first district tour meeting that you and I will be hosting will be on March 28th in District 1. And the venue is to be determined, but that date is set, so save the date, Saturday, and all the meetings will be on Saturdays in the morning to afternoon time frame. So save the date for March 28th, District 1, our first district town hall meeting. Thank you.
And everybody is welcome from any district, anywhere in the city or outside of the city. Come on down. We'd love to see you. All right, Mr. City Manager.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I don't have any reports tonight, thank you.
Oh, okay. And Mr. City Attorney.
Thank you. I want to report out on a settlement that was approved by the City Council in closed session on February 17th, 2026. This is in regards to a workers' compensation appeal board matter in the matter of Benjamin Lovoya. The settlement was approved by the Workers' Comp Appeal Board on February 23rd, 2026. The case number is A as in Apple, D as in David, J as in Jack, 160-10666, and the full settlement amount can be found on the Workers' Compensation Appeal Board website. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Madam Clerk, any report?
I don't have a report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we are going to turn to presentations. Madam Clerk?
Yes, we just have the one presentation this evening. Proclamation declaring Red Cross Month, presented by Councilmember Scott Tonneson to Nanette McKnight Shemaya, American Red Cross member and photographer.
Welcome. American Red Cross Month, March 26th, March 2026. Whereas each March we recognize American Cross Month and honor the dedicated neighbors who make it a humanitarian mission possible in Fairfield. Through everyday acts of compassion, they transform lives by delivering relief, comfort, and hope when it is needed most. For 145 years, the American Red Cross has embodied the enduring spirit of service, and the legacy continues to thrive within our community today. Whereas, inspired by the vision of founder Clara Barton, local volunteers in Solano County serve as a beacon of hope for neighbors facing crisis. Through their selfless commitment, they provide shelter, food, and comfort to families impacted by disasters, ensure a safe and reliable blood supply for patients undergoing cancer treatment, experiencing childbirth complications, or recovering from traumatic injuries, offer 24/7 global support to military members, veterans, and their families, and equip the residents with life-saving skills such as first aid, CPR, and disaster preparedness. Whereas in the past year, Solano County, 220 American Red Cross volunteers assisted 74 families affected by homes fires, offering emotional support, immediate relief, and financial assistance. Whereas these efforts demonstrate that the true strength of our community lies in our shared responsibility to care for one another and observe American Red Cross Month, we celebrate the local heroes and we recommit ourselves to ensuring that no one in our community faces an emergency alone. Therefore, I, Catherine Moy, do hereby proclaim March 2026 as American Red Cross Month in the city of Fairfield, and encourage all residents to support the vital work of the American Red Cross and its humanitarian mission. Would you like to say a couple words?
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Mayor. I do this to everybody, and City Council members and guests. My name is Nanette McKnight Shamia, and with the Red Cross, it's a great honor to accept this special proclamation declaring March as American Red Cross Month. Our mission wouldn't be possible without the community heroes who are our Red Cross volunteers. During our annual Red Cross Month celebration, we honor their commitment to support individuals and families in need, as the proclamation noted, and on someone's darkest day, be that beacon of hope. This tradition began, like you said, quite a while ago, and today our work is powered by 90% volunteers, along with generous financial and blood donors, community partners, thank you, our fire departments, and people trained in health, in vital health and safety skills. And we are always looking for additional volunteers to join our team. We were incredibly proud to share the highlights on the proclamation. We help when help can't wait. During emergencies, American Red Cross volunteers and blood donors step up to ensure people in need receive relief and care. Remember, every 8 minutes, Red Cross volunteers respond to a disaster in the United States. Most of these are local home fires. Their support is critical as large disasters like hurricanes, floods, and wildfires grow in frequency and intensity, and home fires continue to upend lives each and every day. If you're interested in volunteering opportunities, you can either see me or redcross.org/volunteer today. Pretty simple. So on behalf of the American Red Cross, we thank you for this proclamation. But most of all, we would also like to thank you and many of your city staff members who have worked closely with the American Red Cross over the years to be a better prepared city for all types of emergencies or future disasters in our communities. Please contact us. We have a local number. Seems silly to say it because you're not, I'm going to write this down, but 853-5342. If you'd like to find out more about preparedness education, Be Red Cross Ready. It's a free presentation we offer to our community members, and we would welcome the opportunity to provide this workshop to you and your staff right here. Because we talk about making a plan and being informed. So again, thank you, and look for next month in April is our Sound the Alarm event. This year we're having it in Dixon, but we rotate. And I just want to put a plug in for it. We install free smoke alarms 24/7, 7 days throughout the whole year. And all you need to do is get in contact with redcross.org. We can set you up. And we're having, the awareness is an amazing thing because not everybody knows the value of a working smoke alarm and how it saves lives. But thank you for letting me speak, and it's always a pleasure.
Good to see you. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right, thank you very much. And so now we are going to turn to public comments, please, Madam Clerk.
Yes, persons wishing to address the City Council on subjects not on the agenda but within the jurisdiction of the Council may do so at this time. The Council cannot discuss or take action on matters not on the agenda for this meeting, but Council members may briefly respond to statements made or questions raised by the public, ask for clarification from staff, refer the matter to staff, request staff to report back to the Council at a subsequent meeting, or place the matter on a future agenda. If you're online to speak on an agenda item, please use the raise your hand feature or press *9 on your phone. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes per item as determined by the mayor. And our first speaker is Jared Preston.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Mayor Moy and members of the council, my name is Jared Preston. I've been a proud resident of Fairfield since 2010, and for the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving as the chairperson of the Rockville Hills Citizen Advisory Committee. I'll call it RCAC moving forward. I'm here tonight because Rockville Hills is more than just acreage on a map. It is Fairfield's crown jewel, and I'm here to deliver a difficult truth. Our crown jewel is losing a bit of its luster due to lack of basic oversight. The singular most significant issue facing the park today is the absence of a park ranger. The park will have been without a ranger for 3 years this August. While the RCAC understands there are complex discussions regarding future management with the county, the park cannot survive a wait-and-see approach. We understand that the position is a budgeted line item and the head count is allocated, yet the post remains empty, and we understand that the city has not begun recruiting for a new ranger. The cost of this delay is not theoretical, it is physical. Last year, without a ranger to provide oversight, a goat grazing project went unmonitored. The result, we lost over 115 manzanita trees. These are slow-growing, native icons of our landscape that are now dead because there was no one on the ground to simply say stop. Beyond the ecology, we are seeing a rise in prohibited dirt bikes, trail erosion, and trash. We are effectively leaving a massive city asset and the safety of its visitors to chance. The RCAC was appointed by the mayor to advise you. However, we have reached an inflection point where our expertise is hitting a wall. We feel our recommendations are not reaching this dais, and our volunteers, myself included, are beginning to wonder if our time is truly valued. We want to be your partners in protecting this asset. To bridge this gap, the RCAC is requesting a standing 15-minute agendized update to the city just once every 6 months. This would allow us to present updates on the health of the park, like our recent findings on tree loss, directly to you so that leadership is never surprised by the state of our park. I understand that Rockville Hills Park is but one small part of your many demanding responsibilities to ensure that you have led Fairfield toward exciting new frontiers. As our city grows under your leadership, we must also protect the natural resources that contribute to making our city a wonderful place to live and visit for all. We are asking the city to do 2 things: prioritize the immediate hiring of a ranger, and give the RCAC a seat at the table. Let's ensure Rockville Hills remains a point of pride for Fairfield for the next generation. Thank you for your time and your leadership.
Thank you for coming up, and we will agendize those, 100%.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, and I know that I've spoken to the city manager recently about the situation with the ranger, and he's working on it with, the county.
Thank you.
Trying to. You're welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Next is Laveda Hall, to be followed by Marianne Butler.
Good evening, Madam Mayor,
Hi.
Madam Vice Mayor, and honorable council members. My name is Laveda Hall, and I am a staff member of the Bay North Navigation Center. Tonight, I want to speak from my heart because the work we do at Bay North is not just a job to me. It is something much deeper. Serving our unhoused community has been both an honor and a privilege. Yes, the work can be challenging, but it's also meaningful, humbling, and incredibly rewarding. Every day, I am reminded of how powerful compassion can be, how far patience can go, and how much consistency matters to people who have experienced instability for so long. Over time, I've had countless conversations with our participants, conversations that stay with me. Many have shared that the honesty and integrity they experience from our staff, especially under the leadership of Pastor Sam Morris, has helped them feel a sense of trust that they haven't felt in years. And trust is not something that comes easily. When life has repeatedly let you down. Some participants have told us that Bay North is the cleanest and the safest shelter they've ever been in. Others have said they believe we are doing God's work. They tell us they see the vision of North Bay, or Bay North, and they want to be a part of that. They want stability. They want dignity. They want peace. They want a place where they can feel seen and respected. When they share these things with us, it validates everything. The long hours, the emotional labor, the commitment, it reminds us that what we do matters. Because at Bay North, we don't just provide shelter, we provide hope. We provide structure and provide a sense of belonging. And for many of our participants, that is the first step toward rebuilding their lives. For me, personally, this work feels like a divine assignment. I truly believe God placed me here with purpose. Every day I walk into the building, I feel that purpose guiding me. I feel it when I listen to someone who just needs to be heard. I feel it when I help someone take a step toward stability. And I feel it when I see the relief on someone's face because for the first time in a long time, they feel safe.
Your time is up.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, and I want to thank you very much. God bless you.
Next is Mary Ann Butler, to be followed by Jim Carr.
Good evening, honorable council members, mayor, vice mayor, staff. My name is Mary Ann Butler. I was able to present to you last year. I'm with the Solano Resource Conservation District, and I'm here just to give you a brief update of our 2025 year at our district. We just completed our 2025 year in review that is being passed around, and I did put some in the back if anybody needs more. Solano RCD has enjoyed a long-standing, productive partnership with the City of Fairfield, and we've been able to move quickly on local conservation projects. 2025 was a milestone year for us, marked by environmental and community impact across the county. This past year, we were recognized with 2 awards, the 2025 Excellence in Public Education and Outreach Award and the Distinguished Contributions Award for our environmental education programs. We reached 10,600 students in 2025, and we hosted 17 workshops throughout the broader community. We also planted 2,000 trees and shrubs, and we seeded 53 acres of native grasses and wildflowers throughout the county. We monitored 4 miles of streams. We performed 400 water quality tests and managed nearly over 2,000 acres of land. I wanted to share that out of 59 events, 2,000 volunteers came out and successfully cleaned up 27,000 pounds of trash out of our waterways and open spaces. And finally, we expanded our fire resiliency efforts, including 100 acres of prescribed burns and a grazing cooperative fuel reduction. So these results were only possible through the support of all of our local partners around the county, and we're proud to be an organization that brings agencies together for conservation and education action. While these figures demonstrate the broader range, on the back is the work that we have done in the Fairfield specifically, and we welcome an opportunity to return and present about the work that we have done in Fairfield. And we can tailor it directly to your community. Thank you for your continued support for us at the RCD and keeping our county resilient and our students educated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Jim Carr, to be followed by Patrick Williams.
Council, Mayor, staff. So I'm also on the advisory committee for Rockville Park. A little over 2 years ago, got on that committee to help out Rockville Park, and we wanted to introduce e-bikes to the park. And it was kind of a fight with the city. And when we first came in and started doing presentations and let the council know that there was no ranger in the park, some of the city council did not even know that at that time. Where we butted heads in getting e-bikes in the park was not having a ranger. And so it was always put off. So 6 months ago, we were told that applications would be coming up for the ranger to be hired. In our last meeting last week, nothing was done. They're not even taking applications or anything like that. Some of the things that are going on in the park and some of the things that we passed in this last year, we raised the prices at the kiosks to get in the park. We've made more revenue because of that, but the ticket sales are way down. And one of the other volunteers that came into the meeting was talking about it, and I went up to the park the other day for a ride. And because I ride through the park, I don't see some of the things that other members do because they're hiking through the park. I did notice some things. A lot of new trails are being made, you know, shortcutting trails and stuff like that. What I did was I stopped at the bottom of the trail before I left, and I hung out for about a half an hour, and I watched 5 couples come in and not pay. So talking with other members, probably losing half the revenue because it's not enforced, you know, and so again, we need a mayor. Also, 4 months ago, the city said that they were going to start a volunteer program, and we were told for the last 2 years we couldn't have a volunteer program because there is no ranger. And there was a huge volunteer program before, the people building the trails, maintaining the trails, just taking care of the park. We can't even volunteer for this because we don't have a ranger. So the city said they were going to do something about it, and again, nothing's been done. I went back and forth with the city about, you know, what do we got to do, and it just stalls. And it's being a member of this and trying to get things done, and to me, the attitude of the city, it's just, it's like it doesn't matter. And so it's frustrating for all of us on this committee, and there is some bigger damage that's pretty much irreversible that's being done in the park. They are cutting through the fence, they are partying in there at night, and so I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. City Manager, you and I are going to talk about agendizing something so we can have talk about all of this and give some stronger direction. And I'll talk to you guys later, and others can. The group is what I'm talking about. Yeah, we need to straighten this out. It's not okay. It is a beautiful area that I've known my whole life, and many of us have, including folks who are using it now. And we want it for people after we're gone. So thank you for coming, expressing yourselves, and I will talk to the city manager about when I can agendize this, and we will do it and let you know. Okay? Thank you.
Next is Patrick Williams, to be followed by Julie Baptista.
All right, I'm good to go. Okay. Patrice Williams. Fascism should be more properly called corporatism because it is the merger of the state and corporate power. That's from Mussolini, Mr. Fascist himself. You're tied in with California Forever more than people realize. You've worked against the recall, backed basically the pro-California Forever mayor, Alma Hernandez, as well as the city council against the people. You're working now against the current mayor of Fairfield, who is basically against California Forever. You voted for the shipyard. You're backed by the unions that are supporting California Forever. The list goes on and on. You're tied in with Assembly Member Lori Wilson, who passed legislation that California Forever will use AB 3057, AB 2632, AB 3295, AB 205, which Vacaville residents are now fighting against. So you have a lot of ties with California Forever and the state working against the people. You're also tied in with the homeless industrial complex. You have your own little foundations. There's now all these controversies going on regarding the state and your foundations all working together, and there's a few $1 million controversy taking place here. You're tied in with a city commissioner in Vallejo who was removed due to basically him being off in the head and getting into it with the police about housing encampments. You know what I'm talking about. I know you're looking all crazy, but anyways, all this stuff going on, and you're sitting there pretending to be the victim and are concerned about all these other things, trying to reframe it instead of actually addressing the issues that are being brought up and acting like you're being targeted for no reason. No, you brought yourself into this fight. You're aligned with people that work against the people. You don't work for the people. You work for your special interest groups. You work for the state. You work for the unions. You don't listen to the people. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir.
Next speaker, Julie Baptista, to be followed by Cynthia Apaca.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Council. Thank you all for the work that you do. I know it's not easy being in the limelight and making the decisions that you have to make, so you are much appreciated. In particular, Councilwoman Williams, I appreciate your work and your advocacy for the homeless and the underserved in this community. You're appreciated. And so I'm here tonight. I am not a member of RCAC, but I'm also concerned about Rockville Park. I'm sure you're aware that, well, you know that we're in the third year without a ranger, and we're all very concerned about what's going on. As a park user and park volunteer, I've been going to Rockville Park and mountain biking and hiking there for almost 50 years. So I'm very familiar with the park. I want to talk a little bit about the advisory committee. I've been attending pretty much every meeting for the last 5 or 6 years. The last 2 years, the appointed RCAC members and concerned park users have been inquiring about first covering for the ranger's duties, and then after her absence, filling her position. We also are really concerned about the future of what was a very robust volunteer program. They did much of the work in the park, and that's also been put on hold. At the October RCAC meeting, the staff reported that the volunteer program would have to be put on hold until a new ranger was hired. We were informed that they were having discussions with Solano County to maybe make a deal about a ranger, and that if that didn't happen, they anticipated that the position would be advertised and opened by November of last year. That came and went, and we met again on February 26th, and we were told that position is being held vacant, and that they're still in higher level meetings with the county for enforcement only, which means no no advocacy for the park, just pure enforcement, and that's not just what the park needs. So here we are. I have a quick list of some of the things that you've heard some of the issues that we've been concerned about. So no movement hiring a ranger, volunteer program put on hold, more than 100 manzanitas are dead or dying due to overgrazing because no ranger was there to oversee the project. Grazing is due to begin again this month. The fees have increased significantly, but fewer people are paying, although we know that anybody who goes there knows that attendance at the park and visitation of the park is way up. It gets bigger every year. Unsanctioned social trails continue. A youth mountain bike race took place that was unsanctioned, and they used a trail that was unsanctioned. That's actually not a sale.
Your time is up.
Thank you. I implore you to meet with our CAC and
Yeah,
look into this further.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next is Cynthia Apaka, to be followed by Dr. Sam Morris.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening, Mayor Moy, council members. I'm also here on behalf of Rockville Park and the ranger situation. I have been with RCAC for a short time. I was with it way back when Jack Batson first got it up and running. But I've been hiking in Rockville for 3 decades and volunteered with the ranger and the trail crew. We looked out for the park. We were stewards of the land, and currently there's no ranger, no one to look out for the flora and the fauna and the precious land of Rockville Park. Last spring, there was a young bobcat cub that walked up to the lake. It was clearly in distress. It curled up as people were picnicking around the lake. It curled up and laid there. I made some calls to see what could be done to support this bobcat cub, and the responses I got were to contact the ranger. Of course, that was not something that could be done. I carried that bobcat cub to the Wildlife Center in Napa, and it did succumb to death, but I did not want to leave it there to die while people were picnicking. There was also a young goose, about 2 months old, that got caught in fishing line and a hook. It, again, called the ranger. Well, there was no ranger to contact. We did try to rescue this goose. That was unable to be done, and it died a slow death there by the lake as well. And then, of course, there's the goats. The goats came in February. They ate the abundance of wildflowers at Rockville Park. Necessary for pollinators in our area. Rockville has a Dutchman's pipevine necessary for the swallowtail butterfly, the California violet, the milkweeds, and others, of course, our lovely California poppy. This is very early to have goats in the park for those beautiful wildflowers necessary for the pollinators. And of course, we watched the goats eat all of them down to the dirt beginning in spring, and you heard about the damage to the manzanita trees. So it's not that the goats aren't necessary. We have them for a reason. It's the management and the timing of them, and we need a ranger to help with that. So, yes, I know you've heard this, so just hoping that can all happen and happen quickly because the goats are coming back. I believe it's in 2 weeks, and the flowers are going crazy right now. So, thank you.
Thank you for caring so much and spending all that time there. Just for the public's information, in Fairfield now we have, it's the only one in Solano County, a wildlife rescue. It's new. She just was certified a couple months ago, and you can find it online, and the bobcat would go there. Yeah, so she's great. Awesome crew. So if you ever need her. Anyway. Yes, Amy. Yeah, Amy. She was up at midnight last night picking up baby stuff.
Next speaker is Dr. Sam Morris, to be followed by Cordwainer Bird.
right, good evening.
Good
It's good to see all of you, Mayor David and David Lim, all of my esteemed city council members. I thank you for your hard work. I wanted to say something tonight about our vision, but I think Laveda said it all. And I know I see a lot of Bay North family from Sacramento campus and Fairfield. If you're here, would you just stand? I'm gonna yield like 1 minute.
Right on.
1 minute.
Yeah.
That is wonderful.
So good to see you all here.
So thank you again for allowing me this opportunity to stand before you tonight to speak about the possibilities that lie within the homeless shelter located at 310 Beck Avenue. This evening, I want to approach this conversation tonight from a place of vision. Every program has its share of life's challenges, and I believe that is a part of growth. But tonight, my purpose is not to revisit our past struggles. My purpose is to reimagine what this property can become for our city. Because what already exists at Beck is not a failure, it's a foundation. And with that right leadership and structure and expanded services, I believe that that foundation can grow into something greater. I believe that a navigation workforce development center designed not just to shelter people, but to help them rebuild their lives. Bay North and its family is ready and proven that we have the capacity and ability to serve this community. Through previous initiatives, we have provided housing, navigation, case management, life skills, and essential services that have helped individuals move from instability towards housing and employment. But tonight we're proposing something bigger. I want to expand this model. I want to expand this system that focuses on workforce development, self-reliance, and sustainability. With that, I mean that we'll establish 4 or 5 different things that will impede and help facilitate continuity between our city, government, and all of our residents that live in our city. By providing that potential place at 310 Beck with the services that will expand not only in landscaping and general janitorial services like carpentry and trades and training, but also make full use of that extravagant kitchen that you invested in to make sure that it has a culinary training program that what it was designed to do, to teach how to prepare food and manage it and do product development. And it's not simply about services, it's about restoring dignity through opportunity. Because when people are given responsibility, training, and structure, something powerful happens. They stop seeing themselves as part of the problem and they begin to see themselves as part of the solution. And when that shift happens, the shelter stops being a place where people stay and it becomes a place where people rise. So tonight, we're not just asking your support about another shelter. We're asking you, Fairfield, to partner with us to build a model of transformation that proves when a city invests in its people, those same people will rise up and help build that city back. And when that happens, Beck Avenue will no longer be known as the place where the homeless was managed. It will become known as the place where lives were rebuilt. Thank you for your time, and God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
May I make a comment?
Yes.
Thank you, Pastor Sam, and everyone from Bay North. Is there a way that we can possibly agendize a discussion on the prospect of this happening, or some partnering more strongly with Bay North and the concept of 310 Beck Avenue?
I will do that. We do have some things that we'll discuss about the contract and so on, and what needs to happen there.
And we can have that in open forum?
Yes, we can.
In front of the entire city?
Right.
Okay.
So everybody knows, and then Pastor and his team could present more fully what you're looking at. I've spoken with you in depth about this, and I see that's what that building was meant for. That's what it's for. That's what it was meant for. So we will do that. We'll agendize that, and we can talk about it in public and see what we can do. Okay?
Thank you.
Oh, yep.
Thank you.
Thank all of you.
Next is Cordwainer Bird, to be followed by Vince Gisande.
City Council, Madam Mayor, I come to you as a concerned citizen and a member of the RCAC Committee. Rockville Park is the gem of Fairfield. It's a place where mountain bikers meet to challenge their skills. It is a quiet oasis where people can still their minds in a chaotic world. It's a gathering place for families and a school that teaches children to love the natural world. It's a sanctuary for some of our dearest wildlife and homes to our beautiful landscape. In short, it is our most precious resource, and we are failing it. At our ultimate RCAC meeting last year, a presentation was given to the committee and to the city on an issue that was deeply concerning for all of us. The park is a balanced and biodiverse ecosystem. Within it are some keystone species that drastically affect the well-being of the entire system, and one of those is the humble manzanita. This presentation, which I urge you to hear in this chamber as soon as you can, showed that 115 of the park's manzanita, all of which were previously healthy, died this last year. The tragedy of these deaths was that they were entirely preventable and entirely our fault. You see, Rockville Park is in its third year without a ranger. The ranger is the protector of the park. The most obvious job of the ranger is enforcement, making sure people pay, which they're not, making sure people don't litter, which they are, and generally making sure the rules are being followed. But the role of the ranger is much bigger than that. The ranger acts as a guide for school children on field trips. The ranger works with CAL FIRE to make sure the park is fire safe for the surrounding communities. The ranger manages the incredibly helpful volunteer programs such as the park ambassadors and trail crew. This is literally free labor that is lost during the ranger's absence. And the ranger works with the grazers to ensure the park is safely and effectively grazed by herd animals. Every single one of those 115 dead manzanitas had the bark completely eaten off. Their deaths were caused by severe overgrazing and ultimately a lack of oversight. Many of those trees were well over 100 years old. If we replant them today, our grandchildren will be in old age before they reach their former glory. If there had been a ranger to protect the park, these trees would still be alive. The park does not take care of itself. We take care of it. If you want this gem of a park to be healthy and vibrant for future generations, City Council, Madam Mayor, I urge you to get a ranger in there now, full-time ranger, before more irreversible damage is done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vince, okay. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor,
Hi.
council members, staff. Thank you. I don't mean to come up here and beat a dead horse. Everybody knows I love horses. I own horses. But I'm an RCAC member. I'm one of the founding OG members that use the park. I was asked to join the RCAC. I figured I can affect change and make some things happen. It was frustrating, but we got some stuff done. Want to continue to do this, and it's, as you can see by my colleagues here, it's been frustrating for us. In my private interest, I have to make decisions, important decisions, and I need to make stuff happen. So for me on this board, it's been tough. I've been asked by people to run for seats up here. I'm like, oh, no way. That's not my cup of tea. But in my private interest, I can get anybody to tell me what's wrong with stuff. I want solutions, and I would like to offer ourselves as solutions, expand our roles on the RCAC. Nobody has a better finger on the pulse of the park than our committee. You know, use us in a more expanded role until we get a ranger or whatever. You know, use us to coordinate with volunteers. And our team, we represent the vast users of the park within our community. So I like to use common sense solutions and keep out a lot of the, you've heard, I even forgot the word I use. Anyways, I like to.
Happens to all of us at our age, Vince. I do it often.
Hysteria. We've seen hysteria when it comes to some of the rules and stuff. But with us, we have smart people on the board, and I like to surround myself with smart people. And please utilize us. We're here to work for the city.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Next is E.J. Johnson, and I apologize, I just saw your card sitting here. You should have gone first.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. My name is E.J. Johnson with an update of what's up at the Downtown Theater. Starting off, MST proudly presents Rent the Musical starting on March 14th and going through the 29th. We are very proud to show what Fairfield Arts has in store for audiences with this award-winning production. Up next in April, Flock of Seagirls will be performing at our venue on the 17th. You won't want to miss this amazing 80s ladies tribute as they take to the stage. On the 18th of April, we have the Oasis tribute, Supersonic, which will leave you on the edge of your seat. Last but not least, on the 25th of April, Fraser Traeger presents House of Floyd. If you want a night to remember, now's your chance to see a truly rocking performance as the tribute band knocks your socks off. Thank you so much for your continued support of the arts, and have an amazing night.
Thank you.
Did anyone else wish to speak on public comment? And there are no hands raised online.
All righty, then, we're going to go ahead and turn to the consent calendar, Madam Clerk.
Yes, consent calendar. All matters listed on the consent calendar are to be approved with one motion unless a member of the City Council or the public requests that separate action be taken on a specific item. And I don't have any speaker cards. Did anyone wish to speak on consent? No.
How about online? Are there any hands up?
No.
I don't see any. All right, is there anything, colleagues, that we want to pull or have a question about on consent? No? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That was unanimous.
Sorry, I didn't hear who made the second.
Oh,
Doug.
Councilman
Okay,
Doug.
thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to go on to new business. And we'll go to item L1, please.
Item L1, Resolution 2026-33, 2026 Legislative Platform, adopting the City of Fairfield's 2026 State and Federal Legislative Platform. And our presenter to start is Liz Aptekar, Assistant to the City Manager.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, staff, and community members online. So, after reviewing some highlights and notable updates, Jason Gonzalez from our lobbyist firm will join us to share key insights and updates on the current session. This evening, we present the 2026 State and Federal Legislative Platform for your consideration and adoption. This is the framework the Council adopts each year to guide the city's legislative advocacy efforts and align our work with your priorities at both the state and federal levels. The platform outlines Fairfield's priorities, principles, and policy positions so our legislative partners clearly understand the most pressing needs of our residents and where we need the most support. Its broad, predefined direction enables us to act quickly and consistently throughout the legislative cycle when bills, budget items, and regulatory proposals emerge that affect how the city conducts business. When a recommended position aligns with the existing city policy as outlined in our platform, the city manager's office drafts a position letter for the mayor's signature, ensuring timely and coordinated advocacy on behalf of our community. Each year, thousands of bills are introduced and Fairfield consistently demonstrates responsiveness, engagement, and success in delivering positive results for our residents. In 2025, for example, cities across the state achieved significant victories through the League of California Cities and partner coalitions, including reauthorizations that provide millions of dollars for affordable housing, clean transit, exemptions for bike and pedestrian projects, and helping protect local land use authority. Thanks to our efforts with the federal delegation, Congressman Garamendi secured millions of dollars in appropriations for projects like the Heart of Fairfield Downtown and the Markley Lane Extension, enhancing safety, connectivity, and Travis Air Force Base access. Additionally, Fairfield set the foundation for a possible Maritime Prosperity Zone designation that leverages Travis's intermodal role while safeguarding base operations. Over the past few years, these efforts have generated more than $50 million from state and federal sources, which helps fund our public safety, housing aid, and Travis partnerships. This platform safeguards and amplifies those funds so they reach Fairfield families. All departments have reviewed the 2026 platform to ensure it aligns with current operational needs, council priorities, and emerging risk management concerns, such as insurance stability, wildfire resiliency, and protections for joint powers authorities. Overall, the priority policy areas remain affordable housing, homeless resources, maintaining local control, and criminal justice reform. And we're also advocating for practical tort reform, such as reasonable caps on lawsuits against cities to reduce excessive legal costs that drain funds from public safety and street repairs. Finally, adopting the 2026 legislative platform streamlines the city's advocacy efforts by allowing staff to quickly take council-directed action on urgent legislative items. Thank you. Now I'll pass it to Jason Gonzalez for his expertise, and afterward, we'll have time for some questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the council. Jason Gonzalez with the lobbying firm Joey Gonzalez & Son. It's a pleasure to be back before you this evening. I guess I'll start with the good news. The legislature has just started ramping up. Much like last year, we have seen a large number of bills introduced. February 20th was the deadline to introduce legislation. I guess I would say the legislature did not disappoint. They introduced 1,798 bills. Last year, we had 2,833, 1,124 became law. That 1,798 bill introduction number is the lowest we've had in 20 years. So, it's the bill mill, as we call it. And the reason for that is they being the Senate and Assembly, enacted limits of 35 bills per member. But when you multiply that by 120 every 2-year session, the point being is we're going to see about 4,000 plus bills every 2 years. This year, and I should note, about 30% of those are spot bills. They have to be in print for 30 days before they can be heard constitutionally. So they'll start to take shape over the next couple of weeks and then get referred to policy committees if there's not substantive language in the bill in order to be referred now. So this year we're continuing to see housing and homelessness at the forefront. We're continuing, unfortunately, by my opinion, to see legislation seeking to circumvent, we can call it one size fits all, your local land use authority. By right has been the ongoing theme in Sacramento. We've seen legislation introduced to enact by right approvals for townhomes now. First it was ADUs, now we're moving towards townhomes. And it's a slippery slope. Your management team and your planning staff, every year we have 30 plus new bills on housing that take effect in January, and here we are 2 months later looking at another 20 to 30 bills on housing. So it's an unfortunate trend, and one that I hope they, and part of the argument is to take a pause and let's see what's working before we just keep chasing our tail on one housing reform bill versus the next. And I'm not suggesting that'll happen, but it is an election year, and your legislators, I find are very responsive and want to be responsive to the local agencies, and our job will be to continue to communicate, the city's positions and I guess need to protect your local land use authority. Very briefly, the governor in early January, did his first State of the State since 2020, obviously COVID. It's also his last State of the State. And Governor Newsom took that opportunity to do kind of a 7-year look back, I'll call it. I guess we can say in January we learned rather quickly that neither the president nor the governor had a New Year's resolution to mend any relationships. And part of that 7-year look back was what California has done juxtaposed to perhaps the federal government, and all of which will have its impact on the state general fund budget and the ability for California to secure federal dollars as we move forward. The very next day, the governor also, fairly unprecedented, did not propose the budget. The director of finance proposed the governor's budget the Friday after the State of the State. Fairly unprecedented, but Joe Steppenshaw, the director, has been around a long time and did a very good job outlining a $349 billion general fund budget. The Legislative Analyst's Office has indicated, well, prior to last week, it was about an $18 billion projected deficit. The good news is revenues are up and continuing to trend up, $6 billion plus or minus currently. So the LAO, Nonpartisan Legislative Analysts, reduced that $18 billion to $16 billion. The governor has it pegged at, and the deficit continuing through 2028. The governor has it pegged at $2.9 billion with potentially something else happening in 2028. All kidding aside, there's a big divide, but the governor's numbers thus far are holding true, and the LEO's moving in the governor's direction despite that 13 plus or minus $1 billion gap. Very briefly, there's new leadership. We have a new president pro tem in the Senate, Senator Lamone out of the Santa Barbara area. She has 2 years remaining on her term. There's a new Assembly Republican leader out of the Ripon-Dixon area, Assemblymember Heath Flora. And there's I'll call it Prop 50 ripple effect. As you know, the Supreme Court did not step in, at least urge between now and November on Prop 50. So we're seeing members starting to potentially run or filing to run for Congress, and that will create some legislative vacancies, presumably between now and November. Now I guess Friday's the deadline for filings, as you know better than me. And if I were to tell you that the former vice president, the former president pro tem of the Senate, the current attorney general, former candidate for mayor of Los Angeles, none of which have elected to run for governor, you may say, who's left? The short answer is if everyone holds serve between now and Friday, we'll have 11 candidates for governor, 9 on the Democratic side and 2 on the Republican side. Not partisan, but we all know that could play into the top 2 runoff system rather quickly, and how that, plays out, I guess we'll see between now and June. But, and Mayor Mahan out of San Jose has entered the race, and the dynamics, it's hard to pick, a leading candidate when it's a horse race of 11 horses. So all that said, we'll keep you apprised as that progresses. And lastly, the news in Sacramento and your management team, and obviously at the mayor and council's direction, with Anheuser-Busch and other closures, I know the management team's been in contact with GoBiz. The city's been part of our family for a long time, and we want to make sure you call on us for anything you may need. It's important to the city, but the region and the state of California, and GoBiz, if there's ever a need, now's the need. So it's, again, a privilege to be here. Thank David and Liz for their partnership, and obviously the mayor and council for your leadership and partnership. And with that, I'll stop there and happy to answer any questions.
Questions, comments?
None. Nope.
Nothing? Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's always good to have you here.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We need to vote on this platform. Are there any questions about the platform or suggestions, anything? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve it or disapprove it. Oh,
I don't
any
have
public
any
comment?
speakers.
No?
No, I think it's
Okay.
just staff left.
All right, now I will entertain a motion.
So moved?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That was unanimous. And now we go on to item L2.
Item L2, Resolution 2026-34, update salary schedule for CalPERS reporting purposes, approving and adopting the city's updated salary schedule, reflecting recent bargaining unit agreements and compensation adjustments for CalPERS reporting purposes. And our presenter is Farbod Peruzman, Assistant City Manager and Human Resources Director.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the City Council. Yes, as we have written in the agenda reports, per the CalPERS and specifically California Code of Regulations, Title II, Section 570.5, requires that salary schedules, if they're changing, to be adopted formally by the City Council. So the changes in the salary table, we have actually shared with you that came about as part of the bargaining process, but now we need to formalize the salary table itself. So if you have any specific questions on that, I would be more than happy to answer that, but it's really just an administrative requirement.
Any questions or comments, colleagues? All right, then I'll entertain a motion.
Sorry, public comment, Madam Mayor?
Yes.
Public comment?
Oh.
There are no-
Pastor, do you have any comment? Any public comment? Okay, anybody online?
No, no.
Okay, all right, so we have so moved, and we have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and that was unanimous. And I think that is it. That ends the meeting, so I'll adjourn. Thank you all, thank you colleagues, thank you Pastor, thank you staff, thank you God.